Hey there, my name is Jacob Mueller, and I'm going to be talking a bit about the importance of online anonymity. So we'll just jump right into a bit about the situation and context for this. Online anonymity provides a platform for total freedom of speech, and this is both good and bad as it allows for the spread of ideas and thoughts, whatever they may be. Anonymity allows people to do things that they would not want associated with their personal life. And this could mean things like actual threats on another person's life, but it could also mean the general discussion of an embarrassing topic to ask questions about to your peers. It allows for the spread of false claims, like poor reviews and fake stories being made about business chains, insincere or immoral acts like cybercrimes, a devaluing of personal integrity, as whatever poor acts people perform online will most likely not be linked back to them, and a lack of punishment or social scrutiny for the behaviors and acts that people perform online that would otherwise be looked down upon in public. However, it also protects important discussion. Conversation about controversial issues is important for increasing understanding of a situation and allowing for new and innovative takes on an argument. Devil's advocates are necessary in these sorts of discussions. A quote from Casey Miles states, "The world needs more devil's advocates, people who will take the less argued side as a means of understanding or raising points that haven't been raised." And this problem stems from the fact that people are surrounding themselves with like-minded individuals, creating a problem with diversity of opinion. Though devil's advocates do not believe in the opinions they speak for, their arguments are important. Those with unfavorable opinions need a comfortable outlet for expression so that they may be persuaded by others to change, rather than being pressured into it. Silencing a group can be dangerous, as shown in the political cartoon here on the right. As social media giants crack down on hate speech, it becomes easy for them to start harming those just wishing to exercise their freedom of speech, making them question themselves more and more. The dilemma evolves from these points. Should online anonymity be protected to allow for conversations free of social repercussion? A bit on the four ethical modalities view of online anonymity. The social view is uncertain about the use of online anonymity, as for the aforementioned reasons. Most are pretty skeptical of it, knowing that it allows for bad things to happen, while also being aware that it benefits them greatly. The technological modality is evolving to retrieve as much information on people as possible. Technology is being used to market to us, personalizing technology standards so that it fits our tendencies and shopping patterns. The economic side of things would benefit from a lowering on the amount of anonymity on the internet. And this goes hand in hand with the technological modality, as the more that they know about us means more product that businesses can sell to us. On the political modality, it only harms the government when people have their anonymity. Cybercrimes become more common, and it becomes easier to perform certain acts outside the law as people go largely unregulated online. There are some hurdles that are stopping this situation from being dealt with properly, such as the need for conversation about finding a balance we are okay with accepting. How do we remove the bad parts of anonymity without affecting all the good that the public enjoys about it? If there is no way, how much of our anonymity are we willing to give up? What parts of our anonymity do we wish to keep? There are differing opinions on the favorability of this anonymity. Many groups would benefit from the removal of it, while many would suffer. It can be difficult to please everybody in a situation like this. To what degree is anonymity okay? It is already limited on social media sites, as almost everything that one does within the site can be linked back to your one account. People are okay with this, as it is up to the user what they put on their account, making someone's page a collection of what they are comfortable with people seeing. Should it now be documented with parts that they do not want people seeing? Should it be added to someone's account what websites they have visited recently, or what social drama has befell them that week? Some facts on anonymity. People often fear the ridicule of others when expressing themselves and their experience. And this is especially true for rape victims, as up to 75% of surviving rape victims receive negative social reactions from someone in their informal support network when coming out with their issues. Difficult conversations are also important for bettering our understanding of our role, though. A study from 2018 shows that 65% of employees say they wish they could receive more feedback than they currently do. A study done by Michelle Druin, a psychology professor at Indiana University, Purdue, Fort Wayne, shows that people mostly lie online to make themselves appear better. But this has become so common that people have started lying under the assumption that everyone else is lying, sort of resulting in this sort of positive feedback loop that continues and continues with no real reason for it. Social media sites limit your anonymity by trying everything back to your account. The days of you having a different image for your work friends or coworkers and for the other people you know are probably coming to an end pretty quickly. Having two identities for yourself is an example of a lack of integrity. And that's a quote from Mark Zuckerberg. And I think this is interesting because you have to take a look at where this quote is coming from. This is coming from a man who probably already lives with a very small amount of anonymity in his life. He's one of the most famous people on Earth at this point, and he doesn't really have much to hide anymore. And then going over to the pictures on the right, cybercrime to cost. Cybercrime is projected to cost $6 trillion by the year 2021, and in the 2017 official annual cybercrime report, it's estimated that cybercrime will cost $6 trillion. In 2015, that figure was just $3 trillion. Cybercrime is now becoming more profitable than the global trade of illegal drugs, and this is possible because of things like encryption. 90% of hackers use encryption, and encryption is a process which involves encoding a message, information, or program. Encryption allows only authorized people to access it. Hackers are, of course, aware of how best to hide their tracks, as 90% of them have been using it to disguise what they're doing. If we as users used encryption to the same level, it would be much more difficult for cybercrime to take place, but that would require much coordination. So a solution to all this. Should online anonymity be protected to allow for conversations free of social repercussion? I believe so, as online anonymity is crucial for the protection of our right to freedom of speech. It gives us what is necessary for proper conversation and allows us to evolve as a society. Every idea that pushes us forward started out as an unpopular opinion that went on to become the norm. Popular ideas do not become that way overnight. Eliminating an avenue for their creation hinders our progress as a society. Falling into the trap of silencing these unpopular opinions would only allow us to accept what popular media and influencers say, as challengers of these are stripped of the ability to speak up. Censorship can be dangerous, and while social media outlets may find a way to crack down on behavior that you do not support, it is important to remain mindful that this could be dangerous to your rights later on. So, in conclusion, we are the ones who benefit the most from online anonymity. It is something we often take for granted and fail to acknowledge, as the impact it has on our lives is immense. It is the reason we can feel comfortable searching for information online rather than performing an act in person. And it's often required to understand both sides of an intense debate. It is what promotes the evolution of our world and keeps discussion going. Without realizing it, we use our online anonymity to our advantage almost every day. If the acts that the people committed online were immediately tied to them for everyone to witness, I am sure that most people would have at least something that they would not want everyone to see. Whether it be their Twitter conversations, their Amazon shopping lists, or the website they rely on for political news, everyone wants just a bit of privacy in their online life. Thank you so much for listening. And here are my sources. Excuse me.